Good day, ladies and gents. My name is Brandon Shabangu. I am back again on the MP Shabangu online talk. Today we are going to discuss, the topic is, are South Africans lazy as alleged by immigrants or foreigners in the country? We have seen in the past few weeks, foreigners have been attacked in South Africa, and we have seen different acts of xenophobic violence in our townships, in Alexandra, in Durban, in Johannesburg. Foreigners have replied and said the reason South Africans are attacking them is because South Africans are lazy. They are not willing to take risk in most of the small businesses and other endeavors to make meaningful living that foreigners partake into. What is the view that I hold? I have seen videos where South Africans, my brothers and sisters, accuse foreigners of being willing to undertake cheap labor. South Africans saying they are not willing to work for less than 80 rands a day. Foreigners are willing to work for as little as 30 rands or 40 rands a day. This is also supported by the view that we see out there where South Africans are running different hawking businesses, be it selling cigarettes and sweets in the street. Those are small businesses that will not give such a meaningful profit, but they are indeed might be profitable at a small scale. We see a number of increased foreigners in running tuck shops. We talk about Bangladeshi, Pakistani, Somalis and Ethiopians who are in fact have taken over our townships with tuck shops or spaza shops. The question is, why are South Africans not willing to run tuck shops or spaza shops? My view is that this is associated to risk. South Africans, we are not focusing our risk in the correct direction. We risk our lives and we risk our time in doing things that we are not even qualified for, yet wanting to earn a better living. I'm not criticizing South Africans about wanting a higher life or wanting to earn a living without qualifications. But I'm saying if an ordinary South African without a matric says he cannot work for 80 rands a day, how many small businesses are willing to pay an employee who is a cleaner or who is just a person who is a cashier more than 80 rands a day? I'm talking about small businesses. If especially right now our market or our businesses in our townships and in the urban areas are dominated by small and medium businesses, how many of those small and medium businesses are willing to pay for more than 80 rands a day? My argument is the chances are almost zero. I do not know of any small business that is willing to pay any employee a minimum of 80 rands a day. We're struggling right now as a country. Employers are struggling to meet the requirements for the minimum wages, in terms of which an employee must be paid 20 rands per hour. Employers are indeed complaining. Therefore, what is the situation? Foreigners, they come as a substitute, in terms of which they partake in these small businesses and they do the jobs that South Africans are not willing to partake into. So what do South Africans have to do? In my view, South Africans, we need to refocus our risk. We need to focus on making an income, no matter how little, and we must grow from there. I am afraid, and in fact I shudder to think of a society where people want to earn a meaningful living for doing nothing or doing very little. We need to work together as South Africans to grow the economy of this country, starting from small businesses before we can even refocus on big businesses. South Africans who are unemployed, South Africans who are sleeping on the streets, South Africans who are in fact abusing this drug called Nyaupe and other street drugs, are those people that are perpetuating xenophobia. I have not seen a sensible South African who advocates for xenophobia, except for these guys that are, in my view, unemployed and unemployable. So we need to look afresh in this issue and not say all South Africans are xenophobic, and we need to also look at the credentials of these people who are perpetuating this xenophobia. On another angle, I will argue that these are hired crowds by different people in our societies, be it political or certain interest groups. They are indeed hired crowds. Look at every person who is willing to take a knife and stab an African brother while living white other foreigners from different European countries. And then you ask yourself, is this a sensible and reasonable black South African? My answer is no. At most they are not sensible, neither are they reasonable South Africans. Those are the hired crowds, and the international community should not view the aspects of xenophobia as if all South Africans or the majority of South Africans are in favor thereof. Our South African police or law enforcement groups they are indeed also failing us, because they are not playing their role in ensuring that these people who are perpetuating xenophobia are brought to book. Until we talk again, this is the MB Shabangu Online Talk. We'll meet on WhatsApp. Thank you.